And we are live with another episode of the Roundtable. How's everybody doing today? Thank you so much for coming out. We greatly appreciate you. I see that there's a little bit of a lag. Um, I'm game if they would have me. All right. First and foremost, let me introduce the panel. We got Crypto Atlas.
Hello, everybody.
Then again, we got Generation Crypto.
How's it going, everybody?
And then again, we have the man of the hour, the guy that walks with all the spookies of the night, Dark Moon Tim.
Save the best for last. The worst for last.
What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing?
Not the worst, man. Come on.
I don't know. It depends on who you're asking.
Oh,
You're
man,
all beautiful.
I have a feeling that everybody is exhausted, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Tim literally just walked in from work. Everybody's done. Atlas is having a cup of noodle.
Yeah, dude. I'm like Goku over here. When I eat, I don't get tired. I literally start waking up. I feel like I can run a mile. It doesn't matter pretty much anything I eat. I don't know what the logic is behind it. Maybe because I don't eat very often. But literally, all I've had is this little bit of cup of noodles so far today, and that's it. And, oh, I guess this, too, the Kern's Nectar. I don't know if you guys have ever tried this before.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's good, but it's pretty much all sugar, so
Nice.
I'm sure that's perking me up right now, too.
Buddy.
Nice. Can you guys see me okay on the screen? I look fuzzy when I look at myself.
No,
Actually,
you
you
look
look pretty sexy.
You look good.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Then it's just me. All right, very good. Thank you everybody for coming in here. Please, I don't know, Brad 6419. Are we going to talk about SafeMoon? Are we not going to talk about SafeMoon? That's a great question.
Who knows?
I
Who
might talk
knows?
about it a little bit.
Who knows? Who knows? And if we were going to talk about it in the beginning, maybe we'll talk about it later. So maybe you'll get mad and leave, and then we start talking about it. Who knows? So no SafeMoon roundtable anymore. No, don't you forget. The mob, they didn't want that. Nobody wants us talking SafeMoon. You forgot about that, buddy?
I'll still talk about it, guys. You could throw your foot at me. It's okay.
No, we're gonna keep going, guys. If you guys don't mind, let's get a retweet going. And thank you everyone for coming out. We greatly appreciate it. Shout out. So we were just talking about the bear market. Tim, you came in a little bit later, so we were talking about. Today we got murdered, and we're looking at our portfolio over the course of the last month. And the question is, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is needed to get a bull run? And we kind of left off that Generation Crypto started talking about 2024 because of the halving of Bitcoin. I believe Atlas started saying something. Tim, you just came in, and then we went live. So I guess this is a very good way of starting.
Or was that a question towards me? Trying to pick up
Anybody,
where you guys left off?
Bro, let's go. Just go in. It's going to be nonchalant.
I believe we're going to have a little bit of a bear market for a while. I feel like the rush that we saw with the bullish market came strictly from a lot of those checks that people got. I feel like they were seeing a lot of stuff happening in the crypto market, and they decided to throw their stimulus checks right into cryptocurrency. They weren't even really sure what they were doing. And I feel like there still are a lot of projects that are still developing in the crypto world, and that when they start to fully develop, that's when you're going to see it start to move. But I still feel like we're still really young, and that we might not start to see huge movements in certain projects for a good 2 to 3 years. That's just my opinion on it all. I would love it. I would love for all of them to go flying through the roof. But I think right now what a lot of people are seeing is a lot of these small projects coming on there. They're getting a lot of hype. They're 10xing, 20xing, and then they just drop and disappear. And I think you're going to see a lot more of that. And the ones that are going to stick around are going to take a little bit longer to come up and get their all-time high back. But that's just my opinion. I'd like to hear your guys on it. Your thoughts?
Just to follow up on that quick question. So you think that there's a lot of projects that are come and go, just like, I don't want to say pump and dumps, but they kind of come and they hope that there's going to be a moon, and then they don't care what happens?
Well, I mean, let's face it. If you look on PancakeSwap, there's over 17,000 projects just on PancakeSwap alone, right? And I don't even know how many that are on Uniswap and all the different other chains out there. That was just PancakeSwap alone. Not all of them are going to be successful. Let's be serious. There isn't going to be 17,000 giant crypto companies. So some are going to be more successful than the others. It's trying to find those ones that can stand the test of time, and even through a market that's not treating them the best, that they're going to stick through it all and just keep developing what they say they're going to develop in the end, and then, eventually deliver. And if they don't deliver, then that's going to be the issue. And there's a lot of companies that just come, take your money, and then they pull their LP and just disappear. And I know one of the games that I played in one of my shows when we were all together was your first rug pull. I've been rug pulled a couple times now. It's not my first rug pull. Now it's like my third rug pull. So I'm getting pretty experienced to seeing my bags disappear on certain projects that I thought were good. And I'm just like, oh, that guy disappeared and there's no more tokens left. Okay. So yeah, it's one of those things where you have to make sure that the projects you do invest in, that you really do your research on them.
Generation Crypto, what do you think? You want to add to that, or what do you think about everything?
Yeah, I think there needs to be obviously a push for Bitcoin, right? And I think the big marker that everyone's had their sights on is $100,000 of Bitcoin. That's been talked about for, I believe a couple of years at this point, with the price point that we've been at. And a lot of the big, pro Bitcoin people, the Bitcoin maxis, are all looking for that 100,000 Bitcoin marker. A lot of the big movers that have a lot of money typically happens in DeFi is Bitcoin has a large rise. There's a big push that way. People take profits, and they want to take those profits and put them into this smaller project for potentially more gains. And that's when you start to see some crazy things happen in the DeFi space and the other altcoins that are available outside of Bitcoin. A lot of times this happens after the halving. As I talked about pre-show, 2024, I believe, is the next scheduled halving for Bitcoin. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure it's 2024.
You're correct.
So that should be an indicator for a bull run, as if we go off of history of Bitcoin and how it's performed in the market in the past. The question is, will we see a good bull run before 2024 when that happens? Because that's still, a year and a half, 2 years away from now. So what can we expect to see in the interim? Like Dark Moon Tim kind of alluded to, we have the conflicts going on overseas. We've got a lot of other issues going on in the world right now that's causing a lot of uncertainty, not just in crypto, but across stock market trends, everything else. And so with, inflation going through the roof in the United States and other countries, with a lot of instability going on internationally, a lot of people have scared money right now. They don't want to invest. They want to have that money close to the vest in the case of issues. And so I think if we can overcome that, whether there's war resolutions or people come to the realization that fiat is, if anything, worse system to put your money into in this kind of conflicts than it would be in a crypto, we might just start to see more of an uptrend in marketing and hopefully a push for the upside into a bull market. But we'll just have to see how things play out. I would love to see us go into a bull market, but as I'm looking at the trends right now, I see no indicators of a bull market anytime soon. If anything, I just I'll just consider seeing more as more bad news comes out with inflation and everything else. I just see more of the downside. So more of a bear market, and then maybe even some kind of stagnation in prices. We just kind of see some consolidation, and we sit there unless there's something that happens that I'm unaware of, or unless we start to see some bullish news come out from world events. I don't see anything like that coming in the near future. Again, with the way the world is right now, it's crazy. I mean, things can flip for the upside within a week, a day. All it takes is, one major company or brand saying that they're going to start accepting Bitcoin, and all of a sudden we're back on a bullish trend. So we'll just have to see what happens.
Atlas, I'm always interested to hear what you're going to say.
All right, well, let's look at the reality of the circumstances that we have presented in front of us. When you look at fiat, which is traditionally used in every country, it's only up until recently where we're starting to see shifts moving towards crypto, right? Fiat is inherently flawed in the fact that it is something that they are centralized, they're producing more, and by its own nature, it's devaluing over time. And as investors, whether it be investing into stocks or crypto or real estate, or, you name X, Y, Z, there's lots of avenues. And the actual potential market that we could tap into for the derivative space is astronomically high. We're seeing a very small fraction being allocated over from these other industry spaces, from real estate, from precious metals, from stocks. That heavy money going into crypto, it's a very small minority. So if you took even, let's say, 1%, I think it was, 10% of gold, from what I can remember, it would dramatically increase the price of Bitcoin by itself up to around $75,000 or so. There was some metric. It's been a little while, but you guys can potentially find out more information. My point is this, even if my numbers are wrong, which they very may well be, as you print more money, it devalues, meaning the things that you need to buy cost more money. Now, if you still have utility for crypto, it comes with its own design. When you're buying crypto with fiat, that the crypto is going to be worth more fiat, because the crypto you're spending on things, those things now cost more in fiat, which means it now costs more in crypto. It's all directly correlated. The question is, when is the timing for this? But as investors, there comes a point. You see an economic downturn, you're like, okay, I'm going to pull my money out. I'm going to wait to see how everything settles before I try and re-enter in. But time goes by and time goes by. And at some point, you make a play. And especially the people that have the big money, the ones that are making the biggest impacts on the markets, they eventually make a play. They don't just sit for 5 years on their money, having not invested into anything. Again, it could be crypto, it could be real estate, it could be, there's so many different things that are out there. So what we're seeing happen is like what Tim was talking about, tons of projects emerging over, for example, on PooCoin, or through the Binance Smart Chain, I should rather say. Most of those are scam projects. They're impersonating other projects. They're just coming up with fancy names. Everyone is trying to make a quick buck. And guess what? When the markets are red, there's still somebody out there that's making green. Not everyone is losing. It's going down because people are taking profits. So the question is, those people that take profits, what are their next plays? Because now they're in positive zone. They have more lucrative funds to be able to make those plays. So it's not a question of if there's money to invest. The question is more about, when are they going to invest? What are they going to invest into? What is going to be the next project that comes out and has more utility, has more adoption, is more in compliance with regulations? And I know the whole idea with SafeMoon, I'm going to say it very briefly. If a company like SafeMoon goes through all the proper channels to make sure that they are in compliance, their opportunity of adoption and not to be deregulated is higher than many of these other projects. And we're starting to see an evolutionary trend move forward in this industry space in that direction.
I think SafeMoon did a good job to be listed on this new exchange. I was watching Tim's video. The exchange has a lot of volume, actually, right? If I'm not mistaken, like 3-point-something billion, 24-hour volume, if I'm not mistaken.
They're a big one. I mean, they're legit like the 5th largest per volume per day exchange. So that they got on a nice sized one. It's pretty nice. So
most of their volume is from Asia, if I'm not mistaken. They're like an Asian firm?
Yeah, they're not available in the United States. I think it's definitely a foreign country. I can't remember the name on it, but you can't purchase anything through the U.S. on them, but they do a lot of overseas transactions.
So fill me in. Mandala right now is still on track, right? I read some tweets or something for April 15th to get, right? Something like this?
Yeah, that's my birthday, so they best get that going.
Bro, I love you.
Yeah, income tax day, bro. That's
So Mandala is going to do global tokenomics April 15th still, right? No.
They're dropping global tokenomics until they can get it perfected. They just want to start listing SafeMoon. They're going to do the tokenomics sort of like Bitmart right now, and they're going to pay it out like I think once a month if that's the way Bitmart's working. Until they could make sure that the system that they are going to implement is working properly before they go in and implement it. So they definitely want to get SafeMoon out there and get traded, but they don't want to mess up the global tokenomics thing because that's something they decided to undertake on their own. And they said they want to perfect it before they do it. Now, I know John did say that this big exchange, Digifinex, I think that's how you say it.
Digital Financial Exchange. Digital Financial Exchange.
Yeah, so but they call Digifinex.
Yeah.
So they're basically going to start off doing low talks and then eventually move over to glow talks. So they're going to start working on their system on how their ledger is going to incorporate an on-chain for every transaction that they do. Because obviously on a centralized exchange, they're doing off-chain transactions, so you're not going to be able to get global tokenomics. So they got to figure out a way to incorporate that everywhere.
So right now, Mandala and the Digital Finance Exchange is going to be doing kind of like Bitmart, their version, but like Bitmart, right?
Correct. So they're not going to be doing global yet, but they're going to transition into it once they figure out the system, making sure that it's secure. I think that was one of the issues that they were having with Mandala. They saw a security issue with it, so they pulled it, and they didn't want everyone to lose their tokens.
Okay. Do you think that's why, besides for the market being green, red, I'm sorry, and I know why it's red, but besides for that, do you think that's why SafeMoon was getting a nice little bull run, or it was just going green? I don't want to call it a bull run because it was, just well-deserved green. Do you think that little drive stopped because it was announced that Mandala is not going to have global tokenomics, and DigiFinex says that we're not going to do global tokenomics right now? You think it's maybe people were like, we really expected the global tokenomics, and so now it's where I'm going with this is this, and it's not fighting. I'm talking from, let's do traditional finance, and I'm asking you guys the question, like you, Atlas, like your expertise. So there's something called expectations when you're investing in traditional finance. So you're like, okay, this car, like this Tesla is going to do this type of, full auto drive.
600 miles.
Right. But it only hit but they're going to say we could still do 600, but we only have 500 right now, but we're working on it. And then all of a sudden the stock drops, right? Because of expectations. Do you think this is kind of what's happening with SafeMoon, that it dropped because it's not meeting expectations, so now it's starting to act more like equity? Does that make sense, Generation Crypto? Like, what do you guys think?
I think you hit the nail on the head on that one. I think that SafeMoon has moved away from just being a decentralized token, and they want to act more almost like you put it, like a stock with equity and other factors there, because the price of SafeMoon is going to be heavily dependent upon the products that are released by the company that houses the token. So it's being treated a lot more like a security and like a stock than it is just like a decentralized form of financial services. And so, yeah, I think there's going to be certain levels of expectations from the company through the products that they will be releasing. And as those products release and there's confidence within that system, you'll start to see more green in that market, versus when they can't produce on the timetables that have been given as a company and as a brand, you're going to see expectations not being met, and therefore you're going to see a negative reflection on price.
You want to comment, Atlas, or you want another question?
No, I can comment on that. I think expectations is everything. People expect the price to recover. People expect the price to drop. And then you as a trader end up making a decision on what you do with your money. Do you pull out? Do you keep it in there? Do you add more to it? All that kind of stuff. And when a company lays out the groundwork of saying, well, these are what we're working towards, but then things don't go as what was expected, there will be collectively a group of people, whether it's a minority or a majority, that make decisions on what they want to do with their money. At the end of the day, the price isn't going down because SafeMoon is selling their own assets. The price is going down because Joe and, I mean, not SafeMoon Joe, I'm just using the name, Joe, Peter, Susan, whoever, right? These people are looking at it and they're like, I'd rather put my money into something else. Or, frankly, there's still people that are in the green. Think about that. I know it sounds crazy, but with SafeMoon's price being down, like 83, 86% from its all-time high, there are people that came in below this price that are still in the green, especially after all the reflections and everything. And then now it's getting closer to them to where they're like, if I don't cash out now, then I start to not have a profit, right? Everyone has their own standard, and it's just this generalized perspective view with a lot of call outs on what's going to happen next with this stuff. But at the end of the day, there are people that keep the faith. There are people that lose the faith, and everyone makes the decision with their own money. And so, unfortunately, I just now found this out from you, Tim, but I just looked it up and I was like, wait, what? Because it says, I guess this was just a little bit, earlier today that they talked about with Mandala?
Yeah, it literally happened probably around like 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock.
Your time.
Yeah. So all that information just came out maybe at 7:30, somewhere around that range. That Mandala was going to launch the SafeMoon again, because they've been working on the whole global tokenomics thing, but they said they just wanted to test it a little bit longer, but they wanted to get SafeMoon out there and start delivering it. So they're going to re-release it.
I mean, it's disappointing for me. I'm not going to speak on behalf of everyone else, but I've got a sizable position in SafeMoon. I haven't publicly stated how much. I don't need to make myself a target for any specific reason. So if you guys want to speculate on any of that, you're more than welcome to. But my friends know more details personally on that. So I want SafeMoon to succeed, even from my own financial aspect. I keep making videos on it. I could have sold a while ago and had a nice profit. I haven't sold anything. Hearing something like this is just another circumstance that gives fuel to that side that I have to hear from on social media all the time. I make a video. I'm going to get comments of people saying like this project, this, that, and they're going to complain. Even though I'm still trying to be optimistic. But when you fundamentally have issues like this that come up, we were supposed to have this on Mandala 2 months ago. The global tokenomics, the way that was presented, the whole idea that they're not going to be pitching roadmaps and all this kind of stuff, it fuels into that side that drives the FUD, which creates this pressure, preventing SafeMoon to be able to get that hype, to get that same energy, the community involvement, right? The people that spoke positively about that. Who wants to invest in projects where it's always negative? Why would you put your money in there, right? Now, if there's projects that everyone's gung-ho, they're excited, they're sharing how much that they're making, their gains, all that, right? Hey, here's the new thing that they just dropped, all that. That's great. Now, I'm not trying to discredit what SafeMoon has been doing. SafeMoon has been delivering some things here and there, but something like this, why couldn't they have just rolled out? Like, I mean, it's a legitimate question. Why couldn't they have rolled out this design back 2 months ago instead of shutting down all the trading? They could have done it localized while they worked on this, and we would have had 2 more months of activity having taken place on another exchange. Instead,
right. No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
But Mandala took on global tokenomics. SafeMoon didn't. Mandala said that they were going to come in and they were going to figure out how to do it. And in their defense, they did say that they are almost done with it, but they wanted to test it themselves. So it isn't a letdown from SafeMoon. It's a letdown from the exchange itself. The exchange told SafeMoon, look, we're not going to do what Bitmart is doing. We're going to do global tokenomics because we feel like that would be beneficial to everybody, and everyone is going to want to use our exchange when they're doing a centralized exchange version of SafeMoon. And they came out with it, and then they quickly realized that they had an issue with security, so they shut it down before everyone lost their stuff. So, like, yeah, I completely see, but I think a lot of people think that SafeMoon was responsible for the glow talks. It's the exchange themselves that has to work that out. So it's not on SafeMoon that they didn't deliver. It's the actual exchange themselves. And I agree with you. They should immediately just stop the glow talks and said, hey, let's stop. Now let's just do what Bitmart's doing. We didn't want to do it that way instead of halting the trading for up until now. But I think they did say in their release that they are going to get it going again, and they're close to it, but they just want to test it a little bit more. But I just wanted to make that clear to people that are listening. It wasn't a SafeMoon issue. It was a Mandala issue because they wanted to take it on to look different than the other exchanges that currently had SafeMoon at the time.
I think that's a good point, Tim. Again, I was just caught off guard by this whole presentation. So reflecting more on what you're saying, yeah, that makes sense. Mandala did drop the ball a little bit here, and that frustration that comes off from me is because in the end, it does reflect back to SafeMoon. It's tied to SafeMoon. Right. They weren't the ones that made the decision on that. But the closest thing that we'll have to global tokenomics is the cryptonomics. But that's not until the SafeMoon exchange comes out. So until then, every exchange that SafeMoon could get listed on, we don't actually get to grasp that true value of what tokenomics is, what the fundamental aspect, design of SafeMoon that just grew its whole trend, right? Everyone's like, this is an interesting idea. I like the reflections, that whole time system. But we can't even fully grasp that right now. And the first one that we can have, it's a year after the project has been launched. And even that is being delayed. So there is a degree of frustration that comes into play with this. I just hope that they get this stuff figured out soon. I'm glad that they're going to have something go up. But we really need some actual deliveries of things that give viable utility soon. We need it.
Agree.
So I just want to take a quick comment and give you guys my point of view, and I'm trying very, very hard to show love and no bad talk. I'm trying to be very civil with SafeMoon and back and forth, and I want to hear people's opinion, what you guys are thinking. But I got one comment really fast. So Terrence says, John has said the listings are just a drop in the bucket. I don't think that's a good statement. I actually think he should stop making statements like that. That's my personal opinion. Because it, again, is high key just trying to over amplify, over this is the shit, over so on. Just chill out, relax, stop overhyping things, get something out, and your product will speak for itself. That's my personal opinion, and that's one of the main reasons why SafeMoon is doing bad, because they're trying to amplify what doesn't come out or doesn't get produced, and that over amplifies, bad deliverance. That's my personal opinion. So,
if I touch on that really quick,
yeah, please.
I used to do something called door-to-door sales years ago to help pay through college and to pay for my tuition and everything else. And there's kind of two different things that you could sell door to door. There was just a product, right, that you could sell, whether it was some sort of cleaning product or whether that was solar panels or something else that you could just a one-time purchase. And then you could also sell services. And one of the big ones that people sell door to door is pest control. And the reason I bring this up is because a lot of people had the mentality of, I just need to get this person to make the purchase on this product and I'm good, right? And then I made my money, I walk away. Now the company has to deal with trying to live up to these crazy expectations that are basically impossible to live up to because I promised them the sun and the moon in order to get them to purchase my product. The problem was, if you're selling just a regular product, you could probably get away with that because it's a one-time purchase, it's whatever. But what I worked in mostly was with services. So in order to get paid for them buying the service that you sold them, they had to keep being serviced continually throughout the rest of the year. Otherwise, you got chargebacks because they canceled on you. And so that would end up hurting your pockets down the road. And so what would happen is you needed to under promise and over deliver on the services. And that was heavy because the people who did that, they may get one less sell a day than the guy who overpromised, but they're getting a 98%, 90% retention rate on their sales. Meaning because they promised this and were able to get them to get in on the product on just that, they got more than what they bargained for, and now they're a happy customer. So when the next guy comes to the door and says, hey, I can promise the sun and the moon, they say, I already got that from this guy, and he gave me more than he promised. And so your retention stays up. People want to stay with you. That builds loyalty. People are going to stick around, and they're going to believe in your product and your company. Now, that applies to any company or any type of product. If you bought something and then found out, whatever it is, you go to the store and you buy something, and you find out it's not as good as it was led up to believe, then you're going to most likely want to sell it, get rid of it, or not use it, right? Especially if it's a service. I mean, how many subscription services are there out there that people buy a subscription service and then they recognize, this razor blade wasn't that good, I'm going to cancel my service and I'm going somewhere else, right? Whether it's another service or you just go back to buying the store-bought stuff you were buying before. So whatever that is, you have to keep people engaged with your product. If people want to use a cryptocurrency, which is a continuous use case product where you're going to be doing buys, sells, and trades, and all the other use cases that are going to be used with that crypto, that token or that coin, then you need to provide value to those people. And there's going to want to give them a reason why they should hold on to that token or that coin. And if you keep promising the sun, the moon, and the stars, and there's no deliverance on the sun, the moon, and the stars, you're going to get disgruntled investors and people who are not going to want to stick around. So if you want to build a good base and a steady product, you're going to need to go ahead and say, here's what we can do. And then, either meet those expectations or do better than those expectations. Hey, you know what? We're going to get this product out to you by this date. So if you say that, it needs to be out by that date or sooner. That should be the latest that you get it out, is that date. Anything past that is not a good excuse. And we see a lot of that now in the space because there's a lot of innovation and things happen, especially when it involves third parties and things. But that's why it's so important that when you do make these announcements, that when you do make these promises, that you can deliver on those promises and they're not just wild promises. I mean, I could start a token tomorrow and start promising the sun and the moon and stars. It doesn't mean I'm going to ever be able to do so. I'm never going to be able to do those things that I'm claiming. But it's easy to make claims. It's another thing to deliver on the claims that you make.
RJ just came back from set. He was filming a movie, the Filipino Brad Pitt, and you can't see him, and you could, and you can't, but you can. He's so pretty to look at. How you doing, RJ?
What's up, guys? Sorry I'm late, man. I'm having technical difficulties. Right now, I'm actually using the GoPro Max lens, so you can see like this super crazy fisheye lens. But
filming a Darude Storm music video or what?
Darude Storm.
I just wanted to add on that, RJ. We're actually talking a little bit about SafeMoon. I know the crowd.
Yeah.
Cool. So, I want to follow up, and then I have another topic to talk about, or we could keep going, whatever. So,
I think RJ wants to talk on this subject.
Yep, I'll add to it. He can add to it or not after this. I just want to it's in what we were just talking about. So look, this is the way I see it. This whole time, they're talking about 32. I truly don't believe. Did someone just say something?
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I personally do not believe 32 was birthday month. I think it was just another, like the owl banging, and that's it. Another BS. And this 32 was trying to spin this number to something that was amazing. Remember? 32, Coinbase, C, and a B is 2. Oh my God, it's Coinbase. Has to be Coinbase, right? Another stupid shit like that. And then we have this month that's so overhyped that we're going to get this and that. I'm going somewhere. It's not fun. I'm going somewhere. And then we get listed on this beautiful exchange, and it's kind of like overshadowed by the amazing hype that we got. Now, if it was just quiet this whole time, no 32 nonsense, and you just delivered the exchange, April 1st. Nah, it's not April Fool's. We got on this exchange, 3 billion volume, boom, 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 boom. No, we don't have global tokenomics, but we're working towards it. Oh my God. John would be a hero. I would probably smack myself for talking shit. But no, it didn't go that way because, again, it's another overhype, over this. And anybody with a clear mind could see this 32 was bullshit. It couldn't have been birthday month. There's no freaking way. And again, overhyping, under-delivering. And I just want to make it clear from my point of view, and you guys could talk after this. I don't have a problem with over-promising, under-delivering. It happens in companies. I have a problem blowing smoke, flapping your gums, and trying to turn that into something when it was never supposed to be. And it's clear as day this happens over and over and over again. That's my issue. Anyways, so what do you guys think about that? Like, if they were just quiet and just delivered the exchange, how dope would that look? Am I wrong?
It would be good, but the thing is that we've got a large community of backers behind SafeMoon, and proactively, especially when you look at the habits that have been built over the course of the last year, if you just suddenly go silent, that's going to raise a lot of questions and concerns. And a lot of people are starting to really speculate on things and even more negative light of everything, right? So realistically, hype is good and bad. Hype is what drives price action up, as well as when hype is not actually fulfilled with delivery, it can cause the price to crash back down. So I'm all for, personally. I mean, I do these rabbit holes. I do theories and all this stuff. I speculate on it. I like to kind of see where the company growing wise might be a year and a half from now, because those projections and looking at how the industry space is going to be and all that, that's where the serious money really comes into play. What we've had up to this point, though, is a series of circumstances where it's one after another, where they suggest that these things are coming out at this point in time, or we're getting really close to this. And then it just never seems to want to come out the way that they've been talking about it. And all that has a negative impact for sure on this space. And, you know, if they don't talk, other people will talk. If they do talk, people will keep talking. But at some point, people are going to be choosing whether or not to pay attention to SafeMoon anymore. And if they completely step away from it, what about then? When SafeMoon actually does deliver on things, who's going to actually be all hype and promoting and talking about it again? It's going to be a much smaller group of people. It's going to have less of an impact. So it's this weird middle ground. They need to improve on how they've been handling these things, but people like me is also a contributing factor of hyping these things up, and I'm basing it off of the stuff that they're sharing, so I take a little bit of the blame as a content creator in that respect. But when you're sharing things that are literally clues of stuff that we have to try and put together ourselves, it's half the fun of it. The other half is the the hatred and just the anger that comes with it when you're like, it was nothing close to any of these things, but the way that it was presented made it seem like it was gonna be some great thing, like I guess the closest way I can compare this is, imagine you're gonna get a birthday present and you're talking with your parents, and your parents are like, oh, what do you want? And you're telling them your list of things, and they kind of keep mentioning to you daily about some stuff, and you're like picking up on it. You're thinking, oh, I'm going to get that thing. And then you open your present and it's nothing like the things that you had mentioned, right? And they're looking at you and they're like, you like it, right? It's like, you don't know how to react to it. It's not what you expected.
I hear you, man.
That's my point of view.
I think it overshadowed, like, a lot of the disappointment overshadowed the good things that are coming, like the exchange listing that they just got. I think that kind of overshadowed the exchange. It's a nice exchange listing. I think people really should be joyous for something like that. But the issue is that they did overpromise a little bit for the birthday month. Let's be serious. And they apologized for it in their video that they released. They're like, yeah, we're sorry we didn't deliver what we wanted to deliver. And I think because of that, people looked at and the worst part is so even the good things that they did deliver on, you have people fudding the stuff that they didn't, but the good things that they did deliver on, you have people fudding that as well. You have all these damn rumors going around that, the volume for that exchange really isn't that big. No, it's legit. I checked it out. And they're like, no, it's not. It's not based on actual dollars. It's based on coins. For the project itself, if you're just looking at SafeMoon, yes, the volume is based on the amount of tokens moved, but for the exchange itself, the volume of the exchange is in the billions. It is legit like the 5th largest one in the world. So you need to calm down, fudders. So you have to fight off the fudders for even the good moments, but those moments that they underdeliver, like you guys were talking about, that kind of hits it. That's a double hit, because you have the fudders fudding on the FUD, and then you have the fudders fudding on the good stuff, and you're just like, oh my gosh. So it's a pain in the ass, because you know what I mean? You want all good all the time, and you're not going to get that. So, I would just like a merchandise store. Give me a t-shirt.
I hear you.
SafeMoon, launch a merch store, get that going, give some people some merch to wear, get people excited again, and then get a friggin' shirt, put Glow Talks on it, SafeMoon, get people hyped for the coming Glow Talks. Just giving us little things like that will keep people happy. And then, like you guys said, under promise, over deliver would be really cool in the future, because they do have a lot of great ideas. It's just making sure that they execute them correctly, because obviously the stuff that they're doing hasn't been done yet. Global tokenomics hasn't been done, so obviously they're going to run into issues when they're trying to do it. But when they do it, it's going to be fun. But we just have to wait until it happens. And like you guys said, don't promise too much. But when you do deliver something, make sure it's pretty good.
All right. Atlas, go ahead, and then we're going to finish this topic off.
If by any chance somebody from the SafeMoon team is watching this live stream right now, please be aware that I sent an email out to 2 team members from your team today. And I'm not going to go into specifics in this live stream, but I hope that if you are watching, you will let them know it's very important. One of the things that the community has been looking forward to considerably from SafeMoon, I spoke with a partner outside, a third party, outside of this live stream here. These guys don't even know about this yet. Right before we hopped onto this roundtable, and I found out that what they have to offer could potentially get this rolled out in a 24-hour time frame. So it's very important if you can check that email, whether you guys have your own plans and that's why it wouldn't work, whatever. I think it's important you know what it is that they have to offer. And I just wanted to bring that up because I saw we got over 100 people here right now. And we're talking about deliveries and stuff.
Tell us what it is. Let's hear it.
I'll tell you off stream. I don't want to cause potential FUD if no one responds back to me in 24 hours and people are like, there's an opportunity that could have happened with this thing, and why isn't SafeMoon doing it or what? So I'll talk with you guys privately outside of this, but it's something that everyone has been really looking forward to. And this third party, they have the service provisional tools already, and knowing of SafeMoon. It's not like they never heard of them. They're like, yeah, if you could connect us with them and we could talk, we already have these ready to go. We could launch it in 24 hours.
All right. Yeah. Doubt you're ever going to get a comment from SafeMoon. So we're going to go move on to the next topic. And for the people in the crowd that are saying, you know, you guys want us to talk about SafeMoon. We try to talk about SafeMoon. Very civil, adult type conversation. Somehow you guys make comments that we're hating on SafeMoon. It's like insane. Grow up.
Yeah, I don't
Get
hate
a level.
SafeMoon.
No,
You know?
not you. I'm just looking at some of the comments.
I saw some of the comments too. Just so you
It's
know,
insane.
I don't hate SafeMoon. You know, sometimes you just look forward to something, like you're having a birthday party, right? And you're expecting cake and ice cream, and you show up and you're not getting your cake or your ice cream. You know, so
Or the birthday present.
Yeah, so you're just like, oh man, you know, I don't dislike SafeMoon at all, but I'm just saying, come on, guys, like let's get our stuff together. I think they might need to work on PR a little bit, you know, make sure that they're not putting too much stuff out there to overhype the project, and make sure that when they do give stuff, they deliver it really well and people are excited for it when it comes out. Because they did give us good stuff, like that exchange is pretty awesome, but you know, we're not hating on it. We're just being realistic about it, and we're just talking about it. I mean, there are a lot of people that lost faith completely, you know, but you know, we're still here.
Yeah,
Now,
I agree.
Do you mind if I touch on this really fast?
Yeah.
I know you want to move on to the next subject, and I want to too. But
because, bro, it's so difficult to speak about this shit, and that's why you don't want to speak about it, because of this absolutely cult-like mentality. And the comments that I'm seeing, it's so negative. You don't even want to speak about it because of those type of comments. That's the issue.
Dude, I totally agree. I'm a huge Tesla fan.
Here's my thing on this, just really quick. Not to strengthen this analogy, because I think there's way too many similarities in some people's mindsets. But sports teams, right? Everyone who's into sports probably has, or at some point has had, a favorite sports team, regardless of the sport that you're talking about. And if you're an avid fan of a team, you're going to talk about the things that need to change with the team in order for you to win the championships. Whether that's getting into the Super Bowl or the World Series or the finals or whatever it is, you will say, hey, you know what? We need to change this player out. We need to do better with this coach. We need to do these changes so that we can make sure that we're on the right track to get to the point where we all want to be, which is the end game. It's the whatever that is, whatever
Super
you
Bowl.
want to call it. Super Bowl, World Series, whatever.
Right.
You want to get to that point. You want to be the best of the best. And in order to do that, a lot of times changes need to be made on your team. Imagine in the sports community, if you're like, hey, man, you know, we need a better coach. You're like, oh, you must hate the team then. No, it's not that you don't hate the team. It's just that I'm making constructive criticism because I'd like to see the team perform better. And I'd like to get to the goal that we all share together of getting to that big game. So in order to do so, this is my perspective on what I think needs to change with the team so we can get there. I'm not hating on the team. I'm a part of the team. I love the team. I'm cheering for the team. And this is my way of saying this is what we need to do so that we can get to the point where we all want to go. Now, again, it shouldn't be about sports teams because it's not about my team versus your team, right? I can hold this. I can be a part of this team and that other team and all the other teams. I can be on all the teams if I want to be, because investment's about diversification and it's about getting you to your financial goals, right? So it's not about throwing all your eggs in one basket and praying that it goes to the moon, right? If you talk about risk, that's one of the riskiest things that you can do. Crypto's already risky. Don't make it riskier for yourself, right? So that's all I have to say on that. We can move on to the next subject.
I want to just say that I'm a Giants fan, football fan. So, and my God, if you guys have been watching their football team for the last like 5 years, I think we've only won like 3 games at most per year. So I have not the nicest things to say about what they're doing with the organization, but I'm just saying I agree with what Generation Crypto is saying 100%.
I want to talk about, I got a couple of topics. All right, let's talk about the evolution of DeFi projects. So I've been digging deep into DeFi, and so then there was the reflection plays, there's the passive income plays, and now there's the equity plays, as I call them. So one of the equity plays is Lofty, where I'm buying shares of an actual property. Another one is like Oculus, where you can actually get rights to somebody's music. uh, Mike, you're a troll. Where you can get rights to someone's music, and there's a brand new project that just came out, A Nation, where you're getting stake in movie production. Sounds crazy. Spoke to the producer, the guy that did The Mask, right? For an hour on the phone. He's a real producer, bro. You Google him, legit. And I feel like that's now a production of like the evolution of DeFi. And it's more so DeFi just going in the direction of solving the problems of CeFi, which I've been saying for the longest time. What do you guys think about this? You think that's a new movement, like the equity play of DeFi? Does that make sense? Is that a thing?
I would say yes. I mean, I got introduced to the whole idea with nodes, for example, back in January. And since then, you hear a lot more terminology now, like NAAS, nodes as a service. And you've got DAAS, DAOs as a service. And you're also seeing FAAS, farming as a service. And then you even see now, I just came across the terminology, IaaS, investing as a service. And seeing projects where you can invest into things like what you were talking about, properties, et cetera. I think that's not only going to grow more, I think that potentially seeing regulation sides, they come into play that allow that accessibility could really start to bring some very interesting things inside the space.
Anybody else want to touch on it? Just general question.
I mean, I can touch on it if no one else
Yeah,
wants to.
go for it. Yeah.
We've seen this trend even with coins, right? When Bitcoin first came out, there was a lot of copycats that wanted to do this exact same thing. They just wanted to be another coin that people could use to exchange instead of fiat currency. There was no real value attached to it other than just that's what it was. Later on, a lot of these coins started to develop use cases and utilities that were niched down to solving specific problems. And that was their end goal. So, we have Ethereum that came about. We've had things like VeChain, Algorand, these other projects that are out there that are trying to solve specific problems or be of service to a specific industry, like Ripple, right? That has specific utility and use cases that it tried to aim and strive for. And when DeFi came about, it was, I mean, especially on the Binance Smart Chain in particular, there was a lot more of this meminess because the tokens were so easy to create that it was just a matter of pump and dumps and everyone was trying to become a millionaire. Whereas now, a lot of these tokens are being utilized to actually create real world utility use cases. And it seems like there's a maturing that's happening within the DeFi space where you're still going to have the meme side of things. You're still going to have the people going when moon, and you're still going to have the people waiting for them to hop on any token that's just going to 100x and make them a ton of money. But at the same time, there's now all these DeFi projects that are out there for real world utility trying to solve real world problems, whether that's in the crypto world or whether that's in the real world.
Nice, man.
Everyone's trolling while I'm talking.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was gonna do a banner and play a game on him, but all right. Yeah, for sure. I can drop myself from the table if you'd really like. Sorry, I love trolls.
I love you, Adam. You're not.
I love you too. Thank you.
Stay, Adam.
All right. Anybody wants to touch on that or go to the next one? I got a lot of interesting little topics.
I also have a game that I brought from the last time I did a roundtable show, and I wanted to know if you want to play it. It's called.
That was a fun game.
Is it a real DeFi project? I have.
That was a fun game.
So yeah, we'll play that later if you'd like. I have a list of DeFi projects, and you have to guess if it's real or if it's fake. So the winner gets an digital diamond fist.
Who won it last time? Was it Generation or was it Atlas?
Generation won it last time. So I think Adam might be pretty good at it.
I think Adam might be good on it too.
You guys are definitely gonna bust my balls. All right, what's the game?
Basically, I give a list of DeFi projects, and I go around the room, and then I take. Do you guys want to play it now?
It's stupid, RJ.
No, it's fun. No, it's
okay.
Fun. He's got 10 of them. Is it 10 this time?
Yeah, it's 10. So, okay, this is the way the game rolls. So I'm going to give you a name of a DeFi project or not a DeFi project. You have to tell me if it's real or fake. If you guess it correctly, you get a point. If you don't get a point. And at the end, I will tell you who got the most correct, and then I'll go through and tell you what was actually a real project and what wasn't a real project. Okay?
So you're basically going to name a project, and we got to say real or fake.
Yep.
It's only BSC or all blockchains?
I don't know. I just typed in words and I just wanted to see if it was a DeFi project.
Okay, but I gotta give a shout out. $50 gets you a shout out. Just want to thank Mr. Chacon. Just want to thank all of you for your knowledge you share. You guys are the reason I got into DeFi. I appreciate all of you from your own viewpoint and perspective. I can dig that. If I didn't want to hear it, I just simply wouldn't listen. Yo, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm sure we all do. Thank you very much. Solid.
All right, you
All
guys
right.
ready?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to start with RJ, and I'm going to go around the circle. Hold on. This way. So then, so the first name of the first DeFi project, Clipper. RJ, is Clipper a real DeFi project?
Yes.
Okay. Adam, is Clipper a real DeFi project?
Yes.
Okay. Atlas, is Clipper a real DeFi project?
No.
Okay. And Generation Crypto, Clipper. Is Clipper a real DeFi project?
I'd say yes.
Okay. Cookie, RJ, is Cookie a real DeFi project?
No.
Okay. So you're saying no, it's not. Okay. Adam, is Cookie a real DeFi project?
If there's a cake, there's a cookie.
Okay, so you're saying yes, there is. Okay, Atlas, Cookie, real DeFi project?
Yeah, everyone wants a cookie.
Okay. And Generation Crypto, Cookie, a real DeFi project?
I believe it. Yeah.
Okay. Astro Shit. RJ, is Astro Shit a real DeFi project?
Yes.
Adam, is Astro Shit a real DeFi project?
They're all DeFi projects. There's all this stupid shit. Yeah, probably.
Oh, so you're saying it is? Okay, Astro Shit, Atlas, is that a real DeFi project?
I'll say yeah.
Okay. And Generation Crypto.
I'm going to be different on this one. I'm going to say no.
Okay. My next one is called No Shit. RJ, is No Shit. Is that a DeFi project?
I'm going to say yes.
Okay, you're going to say yes on that one. Wow. Adam, the same thing. Is that a DeFi project? Do you want me to repeat the name or you got that?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so you're saying that also is. And Atlas, No Shit, is that a DeFi project?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to go no on this one.
Okay. Balls. RJ, is Balls a real DeFi project?
Yes.
Yes.
Adam
They're all yes for me from now
Adam
on.
has some balls. Atlas, do you got some balls for a DeFi project?
I'll say yes on this one.
And Generation Crypto.
I'll say yes on this one.
I know there's a
Okay.
D's nuts for sure. I know that project.
Oh, you know what? You gave that away because that's actually on this list.
No way.
Yeah, these nuts is on this list. But we
I
I
know
say
that
no
the-
on that one. No, I'm kidding.
The next one is Butt. Is Butt a DeFi project, RJ?
No.
Okay, so you're saying no. And Adam, is Butt a DeFi project?
Of course, that's the blockchain where no shit and shit came from. That's the tokens, native tokens.
Atlas, Butt.
No.
Okay, so you're saying no. And Generation Crypto, Butt.
Is it BUTT?
BUTT Butt project.
Sure.
So you're saying it is. Okay. Skeeter. Is Skeeter a real DeFi project, RJ?
No.
Okay. And Adam, Skeeter.
I would say no.
Okay. And Atlas.
Yes.
And Atlas says it is. And Generation Crypto.
I'll say yes as well.
Okay. Loser Coin. RJ is.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
RJ reacted to that like he owns some.
Yeah, it's like I know Loser
All the
Coin is.
confidence.
Adam, is Loser Coin a real DeFi project?
Yes.
All right.
Just yes
Atlas
on all of them.
Yes.
Not except for one.
and Generation Crypto.
Yeah, I'll go yeah on that one.
Okay. Snake. RJ, is Snake a real DeFi project?
This week's is tough. It's all one worders, so it's always tricky on this one. I will say yes.
Okay, so
Yeah, you better say yes on that one.
How about Adam? Is Snake a real DeFi project?
Why Atlas? It is.
You can't probe for answers.
I was gonna say no, but then he said yes. Yes, it is. Atlas told me.
Okay, and Atlas, you're saying Snake is a real
There's
real
pig
DeFi.
and dog token. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a snake token.
Okay, how about you, Generation Crypto?
I'll go yes on that one as well.
Okay.
That would have been crazy reverse psychology if Atlas was like, "You better say yes," and then it gets him. He's like, "No, it's not."
All right, and finally, the last one, and Team Adam Bergman knew about this one. D's Nuts. Is D's Nuts a real DeFi project?
Yes, thanks,
RJ.
Adam. Scored me a point.
Adam?
Yes. Yeah, I actually know the people.
And Atlas?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
And okay. All right, the winner is, and I'm gonna just say that this is absolutely bonkers, but RJ got 10 out of 10. He got all of them correct. Next
Wow.
came with Adam, who got 8. Atlas got 7, and Generation, you got 5 of the 10. So that was really good, RJ. Clipper is, yes, that's a real token. Cookie is not a real token. Astro Shit is a real project. No Shit is a real project. Balls is a real project. Butt is not a real project. Skeeter is not a real project. Loser Coin is a real project. Snake is a real project. And obviously, Adam knew it. D's Nuts is a real project. So, Digital Diamond Fist to RJ. Good job.
No, not me. I'm sorry.
Wow, you guys did your homework on these projects, guys. Good job.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. All right, cool.
Thanks, Sim.
Yeah, that was a
welcome.
fun project, actually, Tim. That was definitely a fun project. Thank you so much. Let me ask you guys a question then. Let's move on. Elon Musk buys 9.2% of Twitter. And do you think that he's gonna push Dogecoin now on Twitter? Like allow payment of Doge on Twitter? Just curious.
Yes. I mean,
Yeah, why not?
he's
He's
such
got
a
it.
big proponent of it. He's more of a supporter of Dogecoin than he is of Bitcoin.
Yeah, I mean, he accepts Dogecoin on certain Tesla merch. He's creating that Austin city that accepts Doge. It'd be easy to accept Doge on Twitter. It's a software.
Yeah, maybe do tipping with Doge. I could see that.
Okay.
I could definitely see it happening.
You know what's the funny thing? He's such a proponent of Doge, but he really isn't. He personally don't hold Doge. That's the funniest thing.
Did he come out and say that he doesn't own it?
Yeah, 100%. He holds almost everything in Bitcoin, like nearly everything, and he holds a little bit of Ethereum.
But
He doesn't hold
the
it.
Doge. That's
No.
interesting. Unless he has like the largest wallet.
Or maybe
like
he's
50% of it.
or maybe he says he holds a little bit of Doge. Maybe Tesla doesn't, but I'm almost sure he doesn't hold it. And if he does, it's a small amount. He holds mostly Bitcoin, which is the most interesting thing.
I know he has a Dogecoin wallet for his kid.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I think he has it for his kid.
He has.
I'm
Dogecoin
sorry,
wallet for
but
his kid's son.
I don't believe that he doesn't have a large amount of Dogecoin.
Yeah.
I
Maybe
just don't
Tesla
believe
doesn't.
it.
I have heard him say Tesla didn't, but I highly doubt that his personal wallet doesn't hold some Doge.
Gotta do my research on that. I could have
let's
swore.
call him.
Let's have him on next week and he'll explain.
Does he have a public number? I'll see if I can call
Let's
him.
invite him as a guest onto our show.
That'd be cool if he answered. Elon
You're
Musk's
calling him?
number. I'm gonna look up his number and see if it's really him. I'll just call random if it.
Tim, what the?
He's gonna call every person.
How do
in
you
the
just
phone
randomly
book
have
by name.
Elon Musk's number in your phone?
You just Google it, man.
All
Someone's
right.
got to have it.
So I'm listening to random shit, and they did a survey of millennials. That's pretty much all of us, I believe. And they're saying that 28% of millennials believe that cryptocurrency is going to be their salvation to retirement. That's gonna like get them to retirement. But
Yeah.
that survey also showed that most people have no idea what the hell cryptocurrency is. So lack of education, they can't explain it. Like they're just like, oh, it's digital money.
I'm not
What do you?
surprised.
Not surprised. Me neither. But that's a problem, right? People investing in shit that they don't know about.
Well, let me ask you this:
That's normal.
Does the average person really fully understand the fiat system?
No.
But even think about stocks. Like people invest
fuck
in
is
a
Tim
lot of
calling?
stock companies and they don't even know.
Who are you calling, Tim? This guy. Let's move on until
Hello,
Tim.
thank you for calling Tesla Corporations. How can I help you today? This is Elon Musk.
All right.
Sorry, guys. He's in bed right now. He'll have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Grimes picked up the phone. She said he's out cold. So.
All right. What else? What else can we talk about? What else can we talk
Real
about?
fast.
Were you going anywhere with that question, Adam? Sorry.
No, I'm just making small talk. Like I was telling Generation Crypto before, and Atlas before we signed in that it's tough with the grind of the day. You're up all day and then you're running to do this thing for lots of normal people and a select few trolls. And it's hard to prepare and shit. So literally I got the questions out today. Shout out to the Wolfpack. Shout out to Cheeps. He gave me the questions and he's like, oh, ask this. So these are literally some of his questions. And so I'm just
Do you mind
winging
if I make some suggestions?
Yeah.
Schmoke sent out a super chat early, way early
Yeah.
in the stream, asking about drip and end of year stuff with that and kind of where that's going with Forex Shark. And a lot of comments been asking about the migration today from strong to stronger and some questions on that. And I've seen some Safeway comments. So
There's so many good events going on, guys.
Bro, bring it up. Like I'm not as good as you guys with the passive incomes, but bro, go for it. Just I was actually gonna ask RJ to talk about Safeway. I know he probably wanted to talk about it, but bro, if you guys want to bring something up, go for it.
Oh, we don't need to. I do want to see if one of you guys want to answer this question from Drew. He says, I have a question. Why was the name change from Safeway Roundtable to the Crypto Roundtable?
I'll answer that. The reality is that we just don't have a lot of stuff to talk about. And when we're waiting on deliveries, a lot of things, you do this week after week, what kind of value are we bringing with everybody's names here to the table? Quite literally. We're here typically for about 2 hours at a time. And we're bringing all of our respective communities together. And a lot of us have been looking at doing or have already been doing other crypto projects outside of SafeMoon. So kind of makes sense to create an opportunity where you guys learn about things that are going on in the world of DeFi and crypto in general, and just kind of help open your eyes. So we all came together because of SafeMoon, and we pushed that for a while. But as you guys know, it's just not... We're not in the place with SafeMoon as a whole as where it was, let's say, 6 months ago. That's just the reality of it. So being able to expand out and cover other projects besides just SafeMoon, personally, I think it's healthy for everyone, 100%. Us and you guys.
100%.
I still love SafeMoon. I mean,
yeah,
that hasn't changed.
Yeah, I think we all like it in our own ways, but we can't talk about it for 2 hours every single week.
Yeah.
Just
especially right now.
Yeah, and it's when you just wait until stuff comes out. You know what I mean? Like one of the biggest things they had was the exchange listing, but how do you talk about that for 2 hours?
I've been pretty transparent about it now with my channel, in saying that I still absolutely believe in SafeMoon's vision. How long they get there, who knows, right? But I think deeply that SafeMoon will have its time, will have its moon phase. When that is, I don't know, right? Right now, they're a buy and hold for me. There's so many things going on in the DeFi space, in the crypto space, for anyone to just turn a blind eye or put horse blinders on just because they refuse to look anywhere else, right? If you want to refuse to look anywhere else where there's so many things going on around you, That's your prerogative. But don't shame other people that want to learn other spaces, other projects, right? SafeMoon will have its time. I believe that. When that is, I don't know. People need to learn how to take constructive criticism. And when we give out very level-headed criticism, people take it as FUD. And, if people can't take constructive criticism, then we are in a very bad state in society. That's what I think.
I think we're in a circumstance too where there are certain people, I would say it's a minority of people, but they look at our channels, or they look at us on social media, and because we're not as big proponents of SafeMoon as what we were before, right? Like every tweet, every video, everything, it's all SafeMoon. Now that we've kind of expanded out, when we talk about other projects, I think there are some people out there that think we're trying to almost push people to sell SafeMoon so that they can buy these other things, and that therefore is hurting SafeMoon, and we're trying to drive money away that could help it grow. I mean, I haven't sold any of my SafeMoon, but everyone's circumstances are different. And I'm not actually telling people in videos, go buy this, go buy that, go sell this. This is what going on there. I'm not doing any of that kind of stuff. So it's like what we're already talking about here. But yeah, it's kind of sad to see that there are certain people that just kind of have that as some weird takeaway because we talk about other projects that we're somehow trying to hurt SafeMoon. I just find it weird.
Yeah, but not to continue talking about this, but we all know it's always just a small minority of people, like you had touched on.
Yeah.
Right. It's like a small corner of Twitter that just continues to make that noise. On the while, you look at the vast majority of the actual Twitter feed, once you block this certain small number of people, and it's an actual pleasant place where people actually that have the ability to have critical thinking can actually see that, okay, yeah, this is legit. DeFi as a whole is legit. SafeMoon is but a small portion of something that we all love in a grand scheme of a lot of projects that is DeFi, right? So
we're going to answer that in a moment, but I'll just answer it. There's tons of other projects. And one of the reasons why, what pushed me over the edge not to talk about SafeMoon is actually the community is the ones that pushed me not to talk about SafeMoon. And like you could even see it in the comments over there. They turn on you like this. And it's almost like they're, how do I say this? It's like they don't do their own research. They don't come up. A lot of people don't formulate your own opinion. You're just like following a pack of a herd. That's it. Even in the comments right now, people are like, unblock me. Yo, if you're blocked, you were talking mad freaking nonsense to me. Mad disrespectful shit. And I'm getting like 1,000 comments a day. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. You think it's easy, so you think you want and then people make fun of the YouTubers like, oh, your content is whack. You don't need to make content on our shit. Okay, well, then there you go. If you don't need to make content, then I'll make content about whatever I feel like, right? So it's very hard to talk about something.
Yeah, so but here's the thing. Let me go around the table here and let me ask straight up the question. Adam, has your subscribers increased since the BS that happened, the debacle that happened months ago?
Yeah, I went through a little bit of a rough patch, but
overall
overall it increased. I got yeah.
Okay, Atlas, has your channel increased in subscribers?
Yes.
Generation, has your channel increased in subscribers?
Yes.
Tim, has your channel increased in subscribers?
Yep.
So do you guys see what I'm talking about? All the noise that was coming from that small corner of Twitter had no effect because I've said this so many times, they are a minute number of people. A lot of the subscribers we have on YouTube don't even know about some of the shit that was happening on Twitter. That is the fact, because I've had so many comments saying, hey, why did you stop? Because they didn't even know about the BS that was happening on Twitter, right? So when you get comments like these from these trolls going, you shouldn't even make content. Who the f are you? My channel's growing with or without you. You know what I'm saying? Block all that noise. I
think people need to realize we're people. You know what I mean? Like, just because we're content creators and we're making YouTube content out there, we're real people. You know, like I have a wife, a kid, we all have jobs. You know, some people do YouTube as their full-time job. Some of us don't, you know? So like when you say mean things, you know, like it's okay if we block you because we don't need someone like that, you know, influencing our lives because we have feelings. You know what I mean? Like I know some people hide behind their, you know, computers and they'll say horrible troll things. It'll get to you from time to time. So, I mean, people's decisions to move away, you know, is completely understandable if they're being attacked for just doing what they feel like is, you know, right to them. And I feel like you just need to realize, you know, we're people just like everybody else. So, if you are attacking someone, and then you're just like, why am I blocked? Please unblock me. Just know that there's probably a reason why you're blocked.
So. And then you're saying, don't let your feelings, don't get emotional. Well, don't talk shit. You know what I mean?
We're real people. Why can't we get emotional? Like, were we emotionally dead?
Yo, like people don't get how difficult it is. Dude, we spend 2 hours of our lives right now talking for you guys. You know what I mean? Like we're not really generating revenue. We're getting tips. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. God bless. I'm not, but you know what I mean? Like we can make more money doing something right now, right? But we love doing it for you guys. But anyways, thank you so much. Let's move on. Cliff Stacy, great question. Could I ask then the Roundtable members favorite crypto pick at this time? Atlas.
Okay, I've got two. I love SafeMan. I'm still doing videos every day on it. I'm doing multiples on it. So I would say that's my number one. I'm just frustrated with some of the things that they can improve on. Outside of that, there's a project called The Neighborhood, or The Neighbors, I should rather say, which I think is really cool. In short, it's a real estate-based game. It's an NFT game, I should say, where you can buy the properties, and they've got condos, they've got mansions, they got townhomes, that kind of a thing. They have their different values, but they're passive income. They pay you for holding the NFT and their token, and then they're going to be rolling out here very soon the marketplace for furniture. And you can go into this virtual space, not only be able to navigate around in the rooms, but as it continues to evolve, your furniture gives you added perk benefits per day on the rewards you receive. There's a cap that they're setting up with that. They have plans later on down the road of incorporating even more. Because obviously when you're doing furniture in a home, there's a lot of furniture you can add in. So if you're only limiting it, let's say to like 5 pieces of furniture right now, most of your house is going to look empty. But this will also add resale value because it's all inclusive to the property itself. And you can have friends come over later on. You can have like parties. There's reward systems they're looking at adding in for the playtime people are doing in these activities and stuff. And then to be actually able to go outside of the house and literally walk through the neighborhood. And if they get partners like Nike or something, you know, if they go for that route, which I've talked with them a little bit about, not to say necessarily Nike, you can go into their digital store and be able to buy things through the digital store. So it starts to evolve more and more into metaverse. Like we often see a lot of other projects trying to do, Decentraland, Sandbox, that kind of a thing. But just if you go and you look up this project, these properties that they have, they're original designs, they're digitally created. I think it's got really cool lighting. And it reminds me of Zillow. If you guys are familiar with Zillow, it's a platform you go on to look up properties here in the United States and how they have sort of these like virtual tours and stuff. Just the whole aspect of it gives off that kind of vibe. And I think it's cool. So that's my two.
Let's do Generation Crypto.
Now, I'm going to ask a clarifying question on this. Is it any crypto or DeFi specifically?
No, any crypto whatsoever.
Bitcoin and Algorand.
Okay.
You just tickled Adam with that
Yeah,
one.
you made you tickled his pickle with that one.
Yeah,
if I think the camera's up here,
my top 5 would be Bitcoin, Algorand, VeChain, Cardano, and Ethereum.
Okay.
So,
Interesting. Get back to that in a moment.
Okay.
Tim, besides for SafeMoon, so yeah. What would be your runner-up?
So I also like Algorand, but I also like Giddy. Giddy is an app that's coming out soon, and I like the way that it's going to work, and I like the way it's going to help you stake your stuff and gain better interest in banks. It's a token that's going to be releasing on the Polygon network, and they also have some pretty cool technology that's coming with it. And the guys that are building it are wicked smart. So if you're ever bored, check out Giddy, check out the people's LinkedIn that have developed the project, and you'll see that they're super smart. They're bringing some super innovative stuff, and they're hitting their marks. They're saying we're releasing stuff on this date, and they're releasing a lot of educational stuff so people know how it all works. I really like their project. I think they're really cool people. And if you're bored and you have questions, you can always talk to them and they'll talk back to you, which I find very cool for a project. You see these really smart people who have been working in app development because they used to build a lot of apps. Now they're getting into the DeFi world, and the technology that they're bringing to the table I really like. So I would say Giddy, Algorand, SafeMoon, and I also like Cardano as well. So there's some of the DeFi projects that I like, but one that a lot of people don't know about that's coming out soon is Giddy, and I really like that project.
All right. Nice. RJ. If you say Algorand, I'll smack the shit out of myself.
I'm not going to say Algorand, man, but I do know that you have done ample research, and I absolutely respect your time and research in it. These guys are cheating, though. She said favorite crypto, singular, but I'm going to cheat also. So my blue chip cryptos will be Bitcoin, Constellation, DAG, and Cardano. And my DeFi all-time pick right now is absolutely 100% Safeway. 6 figures in 1 month. So far, no other project has been able to do that for me.
Wow, that's massive. That is massive. Good for you. Good for you, man. I just want to say I'm so happy when people make money. I am.
Me too.
Bro.
I wish it was me, but I'm happy for you.
Yeah, of course everybody wishes they made, but I'm very happy for you. Cheers. Let me go back to Generation Crypto. Let me go back to Tim. Why Algorand? Like, what is interesting for you guys on that one?
I like the people behind the project. I like the price point right now. I think it's a really good price point to get in, and I like the projects that you can get a lot of staking with it. It does a lot of high percentage staking, and plus, what you were talking about in some of your videos and that you bring up constantly is this developer fund of like $250 million. So they're actively trying to grow this, and the people that are behind it are just wicked smart with technology. So I don't see why there isn't any reason not to go with Algorand. Plus, they're a blockchain, right? So that's what a lot of people want when they're looking into investing in crypto. They want a coin because that is going to give other projects the ability to build on their blockchain. And, a lot of people want SafeMoon's blockchain out there, but they're not a blockchain yet. We got to look at the big blockchain companies like Bitcoin. You got to look at Cardano. You got to look at these other ones. And Algorand, they're doing a lot of cool stuff. And they even have these weather sensors. I think we might have talked about it on here, but you could buy a weather sensor. I think RJ talked about this too.
Planet Watch.
Did you get one, or they're still on a wait list, I believe? But you could put one on your house, and you can actually get.
I actually heard some issues that they're not paying people out. I was actually going to make a video, but that's a different thing. But I hear you. So that's one of the reasons. Well, I want to let you finish, then I want to hear Generation Crypto. So keep going.
Utility.
I apologize.
I mean, they have utility to their blockchain, and I like that. If you already have utility and you're making good use of your technology, then man, that's a project I like.
Cool. Crypto, Generation Crypto.
As far as why Algorand?
Yeah.
Their TPS is insane. Over 1,000. It's 1,000 or over 1,000%.
1206.
Yeah, 1206.
Right now, they're gonna get a 10,000 right now on this next quarter upgrade.
Yeah, so it's got just insane finality with the way the blockchain functions. I really like the way that their blockchain was set up, and that it's set up in a way that makes payment systems on a blockchain wicked fast, super secure, and near instantaneous. So
and
I
cheap.
like and cheap to boot, right? The fact that it's so cheap. So I really like it. And I also like the builders in the DeFi space on the Algorand chain. It's very much business utility centered. I've always been a big fan. I mean, obviously, I love the passive income plays. I'm all on board with those. I love these other projects. But at the end of the day, when we're talking crypto in 50 years, when we're talking crypto even in 10 years, these money-making plays are going to be, they're kind of a fad, right? Like there's money to be made now, and I will definitely talk about them, and I think it's great. And there's a multitude of opportunities. But the actual future, where crypto is no longer looked at as this way to making millions of dollars, but is looked at towards its actual utility and regular day function, that's going to happen on blockchains like Algorand is developing.
I agree with everything you guys are saying. One of the interesting thing is, and the more I use Algorand, they and we as the Algorand community, when we're talking, we realize that we're lacking. It's a boring blockchain. It is absolutely. There's no hype at all, which we're trying to change. And one of the things is you got to. People think it's a complicated blockchain, but it's stupid simple. You just got to dumb it down a little bit when you speak because we're a very geeky type of community in a very proud type of way. Um, they have a huge ecosystem, not of DeFi tokens, which they have, but they have a huge ecosystem of DeFi finance type things for huge passive incomes, the governance, the staking, things like that. It's really crazy. And the developers, like you said, so they have the governance where you get that 10, 11% of rewards, but now you can mint for a stable coin. So when you lock up your reward, you're still getting 10, 11%, but you can mint one-to-one a stable coin and use it for whatever you want on the Algorand blockchain to get more interest. It's pretty cool. Definitely pretty cool. RJ, why Seifu?
Why Seifu? So I'm not even going to touch on the monetary aspect of it and how much it's already made a lot of people money. I want to say the first 2-3 days it printed multiple 6-figure wallets, and those guys went in and out. Right, they didn't even leave anything on the wallet. They zeroed it out completely. 6 figures in and out. The CEO, Brian Legend, I have been spoiled by him because he does numerous AMAs multiple times a week where if there is FUD, there was Certic FUD going on, he gets in front of the camera minutes after it's happened and he addresses it, right? Like a CEO, don't shy from it. Here's the transparency. This is what's going on. Here's the invoices. This is where I'm spending the money. This is where I'm spending the treasury. This is going to marketing. This is where our future is. This is what issues we're going on right now. I've said it multiple times in videos. When I'm watching his AMA, I feel like an investor in a boardroom with the CEO, with him giving me live updates on what's going on with the project and where we're going in the future. There is no gray area. There's no cloud of hesitation for me. I'm like, okay, so if someone in this roundtable said, where's Seifu going? I know because the CEO told me. He doesn't mess around with any riddles. He doesn't mess around with any cryptic talk. He's so straightforward to a point where I've been spoiled. And now this is what I'm looking for in other projects. And I can't help but find myself just, comparing it to other people. Like I tried not to do that because I know it's not always one-to-one. But when you are introduced and exposed to this level of transparency from Brian, it's difficult to not expect that from other projects. So just like a lot of people are bullish on John Caroni, I'm bullish on the CEO and the fact that it's continuously printed money for people to this day.
All right. That's dope. That's dope, man. I'm enjoying this conversation. Anybody want to add anything, or if not, I'll just take some comments.
I can add to that. I didn't give any DeFi projects in my list. I did that for a reason, and the reason is because for me, as far as longevity goes, stability goes, if someone was asking me what I was going to invest in right now, is someone that I love and trust, I'm going to talk about blue chip first. And the reason for that is because on blue chip, your chance of going from $100 investment to $1 million is slim to none. It's a very low chance. The reality is people assume that in DeFi that you have a better chance. And the reality is the chance is pretty much the same. You have a very slim to no chance of becoming rich off a $100 investment into some random DeFi project that you found. And yes, does that happen more frequently in DeFi? Yes, it does. But does it mean that you're going to be the one to have that happen the first time you invest in DeFi? No, it's not. And so the reality is the blue chip stuff is usually a bit safer because it's been time tested. They have actual products and releases that are out. And so you're going to see a little bit less volatility as far as the crypto industry goes. So if we're going to talk about DeFi, which DeFi do you like right now?
There's a lot of them. I mean, I still like SafeMoon and the vision that they have going forward, even though we talked about that pretty extensively. But I really like Giddy, as Tim was saying, but Affinity was one that wasn't talked about. I really enjoy Affinity. I like what they're doing with the Adapt development that they're doing with the standalone app that they'll be bringing out. That's going to be basically a Strike competitor that will have more options than just Bitcoin. So I really like what they're doing with that and some other projects that are going on. There's a lot of cool things going on in DeFi. I like the drip ecosystem. I like all these other things that are going on. There's so many different DeFis that I enjoy and that I like. They just don't make my top 5 because they haven't been time tested yet. As time goes on, many of those DeFi will no longer be DeFi projects. They'll get their own blockchains. They'll have their own systems in place, and they won't be DeFi anymore, and they'll be time tested. So those may move up in my rankings.
Actually, Cheeps had a great question before part of the Wolfpack. Shout out to the Wolfpack. And question. There's a decline going on Binance Smart Chain. Do you think that the decline is real or just with the market? Or do you think it's just the maturity of a crypto investor? Kind of like following up on what you're saying. Like Binance for the last year or year and a half, super hypey, tokens, I'm going to be rich, and that's all I hear. People like, Adam, I don't care about nothing. Where do I put $100 and collect my million? That's literally what people are telling me. Do you think that wave is now being more educated when they got clobbered with all their investments, that they're like, hold on a second, let me get educated, let me invest in something else? Or you think, like, what do you guys think, if you understood the question?
I'm going to try and gather my thoughts on this one. I might be a little bit all over the place because I just finished this conversation with my friends recently. If no one wants to take it, I'll just see if I can answer this. So the best example I can give is day trading. Okay. When people day trade, you have your top elite 1%, 5% day traders like Ross Cameron, Humble Trader. We got Ricky Gutierrez. These guys, if you watch them every morning, these guys are printing money. It looks like they can print money at will when they're day trading. But yet you'll see a lot of people say, oh, 90% of day traders lose. They lose money. I'm talking a high number, right? 95% of the people that day trade lose. But you have the blue chip stocks like your Tesla, your Apple, and stuff like that. So when you start comparing it one-to-one with crypto, your blue chip on crypto is your Bitcoin, your Algorand, your Cardano. But then on the DeFi space, we're talking about day trading, right? A high likelihood that you can lose money. But if you learn the skill properly, like the day traders can, you can make money in DeFi. It is risky, just like day trading is risky, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you cannot make money in DeFi. As we all know here now, it is a skill you have to learn. Do day traders win 100% of their trades? Absolutely not, right? Cheap Seats says it. Penny stocks. I've seen Ross Cameron trade stocks that no one has even heard about. And then on the next day, he'll forget about it, and that stock continues to die. But guess what? He printed $20,000, $40,000, $30,000 in a matter of minutes from that penny stock. Just like in DeFi, we have these pump and dumps. We have these unsustainable projects that I hear all the time now when people are like, that project is unsustainable. That could be true, but that doesn't automatically mean that you cannot make money from that project, right? It is a skill set that people can learn now and that I'm learning very quickly. And so I love having this conversation because it activates your critical thinking. Like, people are always like, DeFi is so risky. You can't make money. A lot of people lose money on BSC. They get rugged. But then again, you look at the equity side of it, and people lose a ton of money in day trading too, right? So I love this conversation all the time. So that's my piece.
All right.
Anybody the way that I look at it is we are all part of a social experiment right now. This is the testing bed. This whole space is only 13 years old. And a lot of these sectors, they're starting to emerge. Some of them are even basically like a year old or a couple months old, right? And when you look at the Binance Smart Chain, the value that's been in play there is not as significant because now we're seeing more networks that are coming out. Avalanche, as I talk with and I do my research for a lot of the projects for passive income, guess where most of them are building off of? They're building it over on Avalanche. They're not building on Binance Smart Chain. So again, that's a testing bed. So as you have more avenues to be able to build things out on, people are still not totally hard set on this platform or that network or this project, etc. We just kind of see shifts in where people kind of put their time and their focus and their investments on. It's not to say that Binance Smart Chain doesn't have value, but the question is it the most efficient? Is it the cheapest? Is it for what they're looking to do for these projects? Is it better if they choose an alternative rather than Binance just because of its credibility or its time that's been out there? I think we're seeing a lot of that coming up in regards to like the example I just gave, a lot of projects building on Avalanche.
Avalanche is actually a really cool blockchain. I am going to be coming out with a video breaking down the blockchain, giving the basics of it.
Are you invested in anything in AVAX?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hold a position in AVAX.
Cool.
Yeah, I hold a position in AVAX. I like their technology. I was able to buy in the dip. Matter of fact, I know RJ does stocks. I know Atlas does stocks. I have a second channel that I made just for traditional finance. I would love to, do an AMA over there. And Generation Crypto too, you do stocks, right?
Yeah, I've done stocks for years.
Yeah, I would. This has nothing to do with this table, but it would be really cool. I don't know if Tim does it, but I would love to just shoot the shit about stocks.
I've done stocks. I got into Tesla really early on. I did actually a lot of electric car stocks, and because I was big on technology.
Neo? Did you get in on
Neo?
I day traded Neo a lot. Neo has made me a lot of money day trading, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't hold it long term, but
I'm a boring investor with stocks.
You do ETFs or
yep. ETFs and dividends, man. That's all I do. Just sit on it.
I bought Neo when it was $3, and it went down, and I sold it because I was a beginner. I was beginning. I was like, oh, I want to make $1 million, and I started learning really, really fast. I'm a quick learner. Speaking about Tesla, there's a company backed by my favorite company, Palantir. It's called Lilium, and they're making eVTOL jets, which is electric vertical takeoff and landing, and they actually look like a jet. I'm invested in that company. It's really, really cool. I like sometimes small cap companies. It's only like 1 billion, 1.4, something like this. But we'll keep it crypto. Does anybody want to add anything? This was a great talk about that. I want to take comments, but anybody wants to add anything?
This is why I love having conversation with you guys, man, is because I get to have intelligent conversations with intelligent gentlemen.
And Adam, I was just going to lightly talk about the stock thing. I didn't chime in on that, but I'm very basic with it. I don't trust the stock market as far as, a single post comes out on Twitter. There's so much back end manipulation going on in that space. So for me, I have Logitech because I had equity from a company I used to work with. So that was part of that. And then the other bit is AMC. So I believe in the AMC movement, and I've been holding for over a year now. And I would love for the DOJ to come in and make some actual changes on the dark pool and all that stuff. But, that's stuff I could chime in on a conversation for your other channel. But yeah, just to kind of throw that in there. I'm very, very small in what it is that I actually invest in on the stock side. I'm very heavy crypto.
It's so interesting. One of the stocks that I'm invested in, I mean, that's my main bull stock, is a stock called Palantir. And they do like AI data analytics, and I can go on and on. But they actually have like different sectors that they can help with. One of the sectors is blockchain. So they have like crypto AI data analytics where they can help with fraud, rug pulls, and they process what comes up. I don't know how to explain it. And they preemptively figure out, because this happened, that happened. This project is no good. Preemptively. It's pretty cool. I would love to see how they actually work with some projects. But there is a correlation between stocks and crypto where you can, mesh it. Yeah, man, that's great to talk about this. I guess I'll take some comments unless you guys want to add anything.
No, I could talk about stocks for a while because I haven't talked about them in a while. But
Adam, did you share your favorite cryptos, or did you just go around everyone?
Well, I have my favorite cryptos if you guys would like to hear them. But I have my favorite crypto. It's Algorand right now, hands down.
I
I
thought it was
actually
Dogecoin.
It wasn't Dogecoin? Yeah, dude. I
no,
thought that's what you
I'm
made
just
your
teasing.
millions on.
I think no. I made millions on hard work. Definitely not on crypto. But I like Algorand a lot because I definitely think it's flying under the radar, and I feel finding Algorand at this price is like getting into Ethereum when it was $50 to $100, and I don't understand, except for there is no hype behind Algorand, why it's not higher. But I feel like that's a way to get in, and I don't know if it's going to happen tomorrow, in a month from now, in a year from now, or in 3, 4, 5 years from now. But I know Algorand is going to be right behind Bitcoin at the end. Not financial advice, my personal opinion. I literally sold out of all my Ethereum and bought more Algorand because I don't believe in Ethereum personally. But yeah, it's Algorand. And then I have some other plays, and then probably I believe in Bitcoin more than Algorand, just because like all the money that's funneling in, people are just talking about Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. There's actually might be an announcement that Bitcoin is going to be on Apple, and not just Apple Pay, but then Apple would actually have to buy Bitcoin from the open market, and Apple would be single-handedly the largest central exchange. Like by like destroy Coinbase, Crypto.com, Binance, all of them put together, Apple would win. There's 500 million active Apple Pay users. So if that happens, that might get us in a bull run, generation crypto. And then the United Kingdoms, they actually came out with regulation where they're going to legalize stablecoins for payments, and they said they want to be the global hub of cryptocurrency. That seems like the newest cool thing. I'm the global hub or the state of crypto. But it is cool that a government is going to say that we're going to legalize stablecoin, and it didn't move the price, which is so freaking bizarre because I would think that would also get us to 100K. Like, it boggles my mind, and I'm not scared to admit it. Like, I have no idea what's going on. It gets me tight.
Well, one of the things that I heard recently is that we're seeing historic number of Bitcoin that's off the exchanges being held on wallets right now. So even though all this activity that's been going on with the price action, you're not seeing a lot of people that are flooding into the centralized exchanges to dump their stuff. A lot of people are actually still pulling out. So that should give some good indicators that we're moving in a better direction than what a lot of people kind of realize, I think.
So you're saying the reason why it's not, or one of the possible reasons, is because people are just messing around with DeFi. They're getting out of the central exchanges, getting on the DeFi, and that's why?
No, I think it's because of centralized exchanges providing things like margin trading, and people are getting overextended and they get leverage margin called. Like, I have a chart that's up all the time on my screen. Literally, I have it up right now. In fact, I'll go ahead and screen share it for you.
I love
just
Bitcoin.
To make things even better.
I love Bitcoin as well.
Do you guys know that Bitcoin Miami is happening April 6th to April 9th? We should go next year.
Yeah, we should definitely make that a trip that we all show up to that next year.
I would do the next year one.
Bitcoin conference 2023.
I tried to come into this year's. I was like, yo, can you give me a press pass? They're like, 0.
So I just wanted to showcase here is this is for Bitcoin, obviously, up there in the top left-hand side. And everything that's taking place here in the far right-hand side, I have set it for my settings so that it's over $100,000. And when you see the red, obviously there's impacts that are going on. But a lot of this is people that are doing these future contracts. It's people that are getting leverage trading. They get margin called on this. It pulls in that kind of information as well. And as I've had this up many times, when I see the price just dropping, it's pulling in that kind of data. And yeah, people just get very greedy and they try to come in and say, hey, I can borrow times 20 over here, but the price doesn't need to go down very much. And guess who wins in that case? The exchange. There's no potential loss for them. That's the whole point of them doing the margin trading. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. There's literally no way that they lose in this situation. Even though you're borrowing money from them, they are always guaranteed a profit. When you finally make a claim on it, they get their cut. If it starts to go down, they take their initial money back that they let you borrow, plus whatever last little bit that you had, because they don't want to risk it not counting it in that number, right? So you put in $100, it's going to go down. Your value yourself is now worth, let's say, $18. Well, they're like, we're taking our money back plus the rest of what you had. And so now you got liquidated. You lost everything.
Yeah, margin is a hell of a thing. Yeah, that's great. I'm going to take some comments. All right, guys?
Sure.
You take those comments.
You take them.
All right.
Put them on the screen.
Mitch Bromwell. He's an astronaut, guys, actually. I'm sure you guys all seen him. Never invest more than you can afford to lose.
We say that all the time. But people just don't listen. I'm not going after Mitch. I'm just saying, like, every single one of us has said it. But then again, people just don't. They overinvest.
They want to be millionaires. That's what it is. They see these stories in the paper and on the news, like, or not in the the paper.
The paper?
The paper.
They're reading about crypto in the paper?
Yeah, they're flipping through those old black and whites. But they'll see all these articles, all these big headlines, and they'll see all these stories on like, and they're saying, oh, this crypto millionaire overnight. You know what I mean? It's that kind of thing. When people see it, they're like, I'm going in and I'm going in big. I don't want to work anymore.
I can tell easily, night and day, on Twitter, on YouTube, who is over invested. And I'm sure you guys can as well.
Oh, I know people that are over
Mitch, for sure. Good, great, very wise words.
I got a question. Is Mitch in an astronaut outfit, or is that some famous astronaut, or what?
No,
he's
an astronaut.
Yeah, I've seen him do a video.
Legit?
Yeah, he's legit. And sent it on Twitter.
Yeah, he launches the thing. He even mentions it. He'll probably, I think he has another message. He says, I gotta go fly like Falcon 1 or this, that. Like he
Mitch, made a video very early on.
Mitch, can you please literally take some Safe Moon to the moon for us? So, like, just give us something, man.
We need to occupy Mars, Mitch. Let's get the hell off this planet. All right?
Mitch, thank you very much. We appreciate you. Guys, Safe Moon Smoke. So if you guys are not following him, he's a great YouTuber. Him and the Greek DeFi guru. Both of these guys are both of these guys are up and comers, or they're already here. Both cool dudes. Definitely give them a follow. End of year speculations for Drip. $50.
Oh, like just throw out a number? Is that what
I don't
you want
know.
to answer for this?
I don't know.
I'm optimistic. I think that it's definitely going to appreciate in value. That's my opinion on that, and I'm sure my cat agrees with me. You can tell he's very chill with that. If I had to throw out a price point by the end of this year, this is, again, not financial advice, just for fun. I'm going to say $500.
Whoa. No.
That'd be sexy.
All right.
I love it. I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
All right. Well, okay, Mr. Lover Boy, Filipino Brad Pitt. What's your price prediction in the purple shag room?
You like this? It's a whole vibe, isn't it?
Bro, you could. This guy fucks.
That's why there's light behind him, right? You can't see the stains on it.
Oh God, you guys are hilarious. No, I am also very optimistic and bullish on Drip, the animal farm, all that stuff, all the workings. Again, if you guys have done any form of research whatsoever, you know that Forex Shark is working on several partnerships with Chainlink. He's working on the scratch offs. He's working on the new UI. He's working on I'm missing one. Generation, what am I missing? Or Alice?
You're missing the Pokemon NFT game.
The NFT game. Yeah. He's got that the Pancake Swap partnership. So all it takes, guys, is a little bit of build up, and then it'll start to go back. My speculation, not financial advice, is I think we'll start to challenge all-time highs again. And anyone who's been compounding, stacking, just focusing on their bag, you'll most likely probably be very happy.
All right. Generation Crypto.
A price prediction for the end of the year. We're in April. That's a long way out. And in crypto, that's like asking, what do you think the stock's going to be in 10 years? Just the way that crypto moves. I think that we'll be past all-time high. I really do. How far past it or where we are past it, I have no idea.
Forex has had his own.
Yeah, his
I know
price prediction's like $5,000, isn't it? Some crazy.
He said $3,000 or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, but I mean, he's
Worst
passionate
case
about
scenario,
project.
he said $3,000. Bearish case scenario.
$3,000 safe.
Yeah, so I mean, he's very bullish on it. There's a lot of good things coming for it as things move forward. At the end of the day, you could take a 90% hit on your buy-in price on drip, and if you max it out at 100,000 tokens, you'll still come out profit. That's the crazy thing about the way that faucet is set up. Is in the drip faucet, you could be down 90% on when you bought in at your buy-in price and still pull out way more than what you put into it, which is kind of crazy. So I think that it's going to go somewhere good by the end of the year. I don't know if I would personally say anything over into the 4 digits range. I mean, I would love for that to happen, but do I realistically think that's going to happen end of year? Based on the information that I have available to me, I don't, but I definitely think we'll be past all-time high.
Tim?
Oh God, you guys are gonna kill me on this one.
Oh, you want to leave it alone? You don't have to answer.
No, I'll be. So they do have a lot of stuff coming out, right? So they have a lot of partnerships. They have one with PancakeSwap, right? Yeah, they announced all this stuff, and they're doing a new UI change, right? You guys even covered it in videos, but they didn't deliver it yet. So I think the price is going to change, and I think they need to do better PR for their token. So I'm going to go with $7. I think it's going to keep going down until they start delivering. And if they are slow on delivering and they're not giving it the hype that it needs, I think all these ideas that they're coming out with are great. You know what I mean? For all these utilities. I think any company that talks about utility and that they say that they're going to do stuff is great. But it's just delivering that and getting it out there and completing it before, you know, I know he delivered the animal farm. He developed all that stuff over there, but then he had to stop and start working on stuff again and to fix some of the things that he was running into problems with, right? Am I mistaken on that? So he ran into some issues there. And so who knows when he's going to come out with these other projects and when they're all going to be executed. But if he does execute them, then there'll probably be a higher price point. But if he doesn't execute them and the utility isn't there, I don't think the price is going to go flying up to $3,000 a token. If he does deliver everything that he's saying he's going to deliver, based on the supply, I think it could hit pretty high numbers. But you know, I'm going to say I'm going to say $7. I know you guys wanted me to say something higher, but if he doesn't, and if he delivers, 700.
Wow, very nice. I'm probably gonna get a little bit more if it hits on the $20 mark. I don't really care what they're gonna deliver or not, but I definitely think that there is another bull run there. That's just my own personal investing strategy with drip. But yeah, thank you guys. Thank you so much. I hope we answered your question.
Gooch.
Fantastic. Thank you for the donation. We appreciate you. And channel member, appreciate you double. Agreed. SafeMoon is on the move to be a buffer between a central exchange and decentralized exchange internationally, but
Are tied up.
Seriously?
and I think Mandela is a test rat for Glotix. Possibly, yeah, that can work. I don't agree or disagree, but I could see how that could be it. And yeah, thank you so much for the donation.
I just like to point out, in case people are not aware, John recently made a statement about the global tokenomics. Each exchange is an individualized case. So when they build this out, it's half-baked, essentially pitching the idea or suggesting, in my point of view, SafeMoon built out their half that allows for the capabilities. Now, the centralized exchanges that are okay with it, they're going to have to custom design something to be able to match that. But it's not something that you can just slap on this exchange, then slap on that exchange.
And something in the future they did say they wanted to do was provide global tokenomics as a service. So all these other tokenomic projects, if they want to get listed on an exchange, obviously the exchange that, you know, SafeMoon would be on, that gave them the halfway point to get to global tokenomics, the exchange will already have their part done. So then the other DeFi project that does tokenomics can then pay for the service from SafeMoon to get the code to make their tokenomics work on the exchange. So it's something cool, but they're still working on it.
All right. Absolutely. Fantastic one. Thank you so much for the other $2. He says 200%. I agree with Adam. Not 100%, but 200%. I love you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. I truly do.
I believe in you 300%, Adam. So
yeah, where's my $3? Where's my $3?
300%.
Thank you. David Wallen, have you ever heard of why we went from almost 3 million wallet holders to 600,000 wallet holders? So it was not 3 million wallet holders, and I'll tell you it's not even 600,000 wallet holders, in my personal opinion. It's 3 million wallet addresses, and now we have around 600,000 wallet addresses. So yeah. Anybody want to add to that?
Yeah,
or?
I mean, you're exactly right. I mean, I have multiple wallets, so like I'm not multiple people, right? So I might have 4 or 5 wallets holding SafeMoon, but that's not 4 or 5, holders. So, and that's the way they do count holders, is the amount of wallet addresses. You're right. So there could have been a lot of people that bought in and sold, and then bought in again with a different wallet address, sold again, or moved them around. And all those wallets, like you were saying, they may not be holders anymore. They could have sold their bags, but just have dust in there, and they're still considered a holder. So those numbers are very, they're just an estimate, but it could be way off, or, it could be way under.
I agree that they're an estimate. And everything you said is a very significant role. We also need to remember that there are people that bought on centralized exchanges, and those are not accounted for in these figures. So theoretically, these could be much more accurate by just sort of taking what's not being counted for, and then the other side, which has multiple wallets. But, I would say it's in the general ballpark.
Yeah, I mean, I know people that have
3 million or the 600. I'm sorry, the 3 million is general ballpark, or the 600,000?
Well, 3 million was SafeMoon version 1, 600,000 is version 2. So the fact that you had exchanges for both instances, I would still put it out to about an average. I mean, think about it like this, Adam, right? How many people had issues buying SafeMoon to begin with? And if you have an exchange where you can go on to be able to buy it, they're like, okay, that's their avenue that they took. You had 3 million through the Binance Smart Chain that went through all these hoops just to even be able to get it. But obviously that's going to be dramatically lower because of the numbers that you guys just explained with. So realistically, I think it's more reliable that there's a large number of users that came into play on the centralized exchanges. And those people, they have one wallet, right? They don't have 5 different wallets. They have one. And we saw a large volume that had been taking place on some of these exchanges, suggesting that there was a large community of people there as well.
Yeah, I agree. There's more than 600,000, but I don't think we ever had 3 million actual people. But yeah, I hope that answers your question, David. It's probably somewhere in the middle, like Atlas said, like 1.8 million or something total, around a million maybe. I don't know. Thank you so much for the donation. We appreciate you. Thank you. Mr. RJ says, not the Brad Pitt, I'm talking about the other RJ. He says, my 4-year-old daughter wants me to say that rainbows and unicorns are beautiful. That's it. Yes, rainbows and unicorns are beautiful. Thank you so much.
Just like every single person here.
Yeah, I especially like rainbow unicorns.
Rainbow unicorns. I asked RJ for his daughter's name, so I was gonna give her a shout out, but never got a response. But yeah, shout out to you, shout out to your daughter, shout out for being a Patreon member, and shout out for being a channel member. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Wolfpack.
This roundtable has been sponsored by My Little Pony. No, I'm just kidding, guys.
My niece, she uses my her father's tablet. And his name is a very manly man's name, right? And then I just get always comments, rainbows and unicorns. That's all she does all the time. And it looks hilarious because it's like RJ putting like RJ, rainbows and unicorns. All right. That wasn't funny. Okay.
No, I thought it was funny.
I see Mike with the big $20. Thank you so much for being a Patreon member. I appreciate you, brother. Breaking news: Caroni tweeted, "Safeway exchange will be released this year. Millionaires will be made. Love you guys." Yeah, we love you too, man. I hope we all become millionaires. Cheers, guys. He's just trolling. Oh no, he did. He did say Safeway exchange this year, right? Are we getting a Safeway
Yeah, he
exchange
said
this
that.
year?
Yep.
Yeah,
All right.
it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be Q3.
Okay, Q3. Got it. All right. Shout out. Yeah, thank you, Mike. Thank you for letting us know. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. And once again, thank you so much for the big $50. Just wanted to thank all of you for your knowledge, for the knowledge you share. You guys are the reason I got into DeFi. I appreciate all of your own viewpoints and perspectives. If I didn't want to hear it, I simply wouldn't listen. Thank you very much, Mr. Chacon. Thank you so much. We appreciate you, homie. Everybody's energy is dying.
I just had a cup of coffee. Let's go.
Oh yeah.
RJ said, shout out to the D. D's nuts.
Which is actually a real DeFi project. So
it is.
Invest in D's nuts, not financial advice.
And their whole shtick was that they were going to give some of their money to testicular cancer.
Testicular cancer? Wow.
Yeah.
Tom Green would be happy about that.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a random question. If you take a cup of coffee and you pour the coffee into a bowl and you drink the coffee out of the bowl, did you have a bowl of coffee? Or because of the measurement value was equivalent to that of a cup, you had a cup of coffee?
No, it's a bowl of coffee.
Yeah. You can have a cup of soup and a bowl of soup, man. Right?
Yeah, true. Shout out to Ron. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being a channel member. Appreciate you, homie. We only know more about crypto and stocks after we dump a shitload of money when our friends get us into the space. But first, and learn later. Buy first and learn later. Bro, that is the God's honest truth. That is the truest statement ever. I lost a shit ton.
Hashtag lost a lot of money.
Lost a lot of money. Yeah, thank you so much. Big Ron with another $2. Thank you so much. He says, let's grow and make money. We love your thoughts. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm sure we all appreciate that. Thank you. Sorry, guys. I got to go through the comments, pain in the balls, right?
No, that's fine. I like painting my balls.
Big Ron, one more time. Thank you very, very much for the donations. I appreciate you. Thank you, guys. Anybody that's giving donations, thank you so much. It's not needed, but greatly appreciated. Thank you. A YouTube host needs to grow with or without a coin they started with as a community. If we don't change the market, we die with the market. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Thank you. RJ again with VeChain Baby. That's his favorite crypto. All right.
Great
No, that's
project.
Generation Crypto has a tattoo of VeChain on his chest.
You didn't know that?
You don't.
I was the VeChain soldier for the VeChain army, you know?
Yeah, bro. You didn't know that, Adam?
You guys are trolling me.
No, dude. He was a model for Walmart when Walmart was gonna do with VeChain. You didn't know about this? That's why he has that awesome hair.
Nah, he has an awesome hair because he's half Viking. RJ says, and Algorand also rocks. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Algorand should be blowing up, man. Love AVAX. Yeah, we love AVAX too, man. I'm going to be making some videos on AVAX. But I noticed that a lot of people are starting to build on AVAX. Let's see what else we got over here. Comments. The Great Gooch is going to be funny, right? I just ate a pint of KFC mashed potatoes. What's the good word? What are we talking about? Where's Joe cooking a hot pocket? All right. Congratulations on the KFC mashed potatoes. Always
You'll learn
delicious.
about that in the morning.
You'll learn about that. Yeah, do they use real potatoes?
I don't know. KFC used to twist my stomach something nasty, but that's why I stopped eating meat.
Okay, you want to hear a crazy fact about this?
Yes.
You know how they have their someone's gonna slaughter this. It's the 11 or 13 herbs and spices or whatever their number is. The herbs and spices they do for their chicken. You guys have heard about that story?
Yeah, of course.
I think I have. Okay.
So if you go to their Twitter account and you see who they follow the exact number of herbs and spices that they have in the recipe, but it's a bunch of random accounts named Herb, like Herb. And then for the spices, they follow all the old Spice Girls.
Oh, that's funny.
So they
That's
follow
hilarious.
herbs and spices for the recipe. I think that's kind of clever that they do that.
That's hilarious. What's the good word? The good book, my friend. What are we talking about? Your comment, my friend. Thank you so much. Where's Joe? Joe is not here. And cooking a hot pocket. I don't know, maybe, but definitely he's not cooking it here. Thank you so much for the donation.
If he's been like cooking a hot pocket for the last 2 hours, he must be baked out of his mind.
Thank you very much, bro. Thank you so much, Great Gooch. Thank you. You're always contributing, always making us laugh, yo. Thank you so much.
Oh, where the hell's my camera? There it is.
Psycho, $5. Thank you for the information. It helps for people new to the market to have an idea of what they are doing. Thumbs up. Yeah, thank you, brother. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Icy Mike, what are your thoughts on Safer Moon? It's Safe Moon, but without the ruggy tuggy. Oh, interesting. I gotta do a deep dive in that project. Is there really a project called Safer Moon?
There absolutely is. It came out in, I believe, April of 2021, so it's been out for a little bit. I think it's hitting its first year. And it's basically works like SafeMoon, but it does have a roadmap that's out, and they are going through everything and they are completing the things that they said that they were going to complete in that quarter. It's a real project. This is crazy that there's so many different projects out there that have crazy names. You wouldn't even know that they were legit. You know what I mean? But it's out there. I checked in on it a while ago, and it's still functioning. I think it's like 30 zeros and a 7 or something right now.
30 zeros and a 7?
It's ridiculous. Hold on, let me count. I'll look it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 zeros and a 7. So it's a market cap of 727,000. So it's not the strongest of all projects, but if you guys want to,
I could definitely see that thing moon for like
for no reason.
For no reason.
Just because people are like it's safer moon.
It's gonna be the Sheeb to Doge, where you're gonna have SafeMoon eventually do really well because of all the products they're releasing, and then everyone's gonna want to be the next one, and this is gonna be the random one that's selected.
Bro, that'll be crazy. Yeah, thank you, Mike. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you for the support. Thank you for being a Patreon member and being part of the Wolfpack. Thank you. The Great Gooch, Atlas has unicorns on his underwear.
I do too.
This is true.
And Tim too. Damn, you guys are gangster.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the donation. RJ, again, Crystal, shout out to Crystal. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, unicorns and rainbows. Thank you so much. It's all about unicorns and rainbows, and more importantly, her daddy. Yeah. Crystal, if you're hearing this, your daddy is absolutely amazing, and he's almost as amazing as rainbows and unicorns, but put together.
He's riding a unicorn through a rainbow. That's how awesome your dad is.
Shout out to Affinity Sundown. They're doing a show tomorrow at 8 o'clock with A Nation Token. Actually, the producer who produced The Mask, Scorpion King, Eraser, Raph, Chuck Russell will be there. So he will be live on the Twitter space, as well as renowned stuntman and actor Cade Vu. Those are the two developers for this project. They are real actors and real producers, and they will be answering questions if you guys want to see it. 8 o'clock tomorrow. Shout out. The Great Gooch, Matt Wallace gets... That's funny. All right, Matt Wallace gets pegged. What is pegging? Eric Randall.
Please don't Google it.
Eric Randall, shout out for
pegged?
Eric Randall, thank you so much. Thank you so much. He said, "Hey guys, did you hear Darcy Donovan is in another crypto? And Atlas, did you ever have a date? What crypto did she move to now? Somebody else hired her?
She moved. Is she invested in another crypto, or did she leave eCoin for another position?
I don't know. All right. Thank you so much.
Did you have? I'll answer the other question. No, that didn't end up panning out. I just wasn't the right chemistry.
All right.
Respect.
All right. Respect, man. She ain't ready for all that loving, baby. Shout out to Atlas, man. Atlas is great. He's always cheerful. He puts me in a great mood. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for being you. Big Ron again. The best thing about SafeMoon is it allows you guys to come together for us to grow with. I could dig that, man. Yeah, shout out, man. For sure. For sure. Ben Carr, thank you so much with the, I guess, Australian 799. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Good evening from the 80 Finance team. Shout out to 80 Finance. Yeah, definitely doing a lot of big things, really, really cool things. I'm actually beta testing their, they have a sports betting online. So I'm beta testing their sports betting. It's really cool. Cool things. Big things coming. Shout
You
out.
just reminded me, what happened to the poker thing? Are we still doing that?
I guess I gotta shout out. I gotta reach out to SafeMoon Ace. I'll ask him actually. I'll ask him. The Great Gooch. I like ruggy tuggies. All right. Yes. Tug, baby. Thank you for the donation, my brother. Big Vic, for $2 a day, you can support the Wolf Pack by becoming a member of Adam's Patreon. That's less than 8 cents a day. Plays in the arms of an angel, shows videos and pictures of starving animals. Yo, Vic, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. But actually, you are grandfathered into the $2. There is no longer a $2 one. There is a $5 one. That's the minimum. But I do a lot of videos on request, just like I did one today about options trading, just because somebody asked me. Thank you so much for the shout out. I appreciate you. Thank you, brother.
I love options.
Yeah, we did I think that was the last one. No, that's not me. Let me get this way. Yeah, I share all my plays on Patreon, and I shared an options play today, and one of my Patreon guys is like, I don't understand what the hell I'm looking at. And I did a video to follow up, quick 3 minutes, no production value because it wasn't for YouTube, it was just for them. And I was able to break everything down, the strike prices, the expirations, what a contract is. I'm trying to be very vague, but you guys know what I'm talking about.
Do you do any bull put or bear put spreads?
No, I'm very, very basic. I don't do nothing but calls, no puts. And most of my calls are leaps. I'll do a call for like a month or a couple of weeks. I here and there. Very, very boring with those options. I'm not as advanced as you are. But yeah, very, very simple option. Well, it's true, bro. I can't day trade either. I don't know any of those lines, predictions. I'm not good at that. I'm good at seeing a vision that's going to happen later. And if I see something that I don't like, I question it. That's my, investment strategy.
I took a training class. I can give it here. He's very public. His name is Phil Town, and he sold a book called Rule One Investing. It's the same style of investing, such as Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger. So value style investing. The whole premise of it is finding a company you really, really love, and then learning to run the analysis, the technical analysis on it, so that you know what its value is and when to purchase it, its sale price, right? So you would wait for an event like war, or you'd wait for an event like COVID to put that price on sale. And then once it's on sale, you load up and then you write it back to its value. Now, he also teaches you how to do options. And bro, he makes you back test 5 years worth, that the strategy that I know. And out of all the strategies, I lost maybe 3 times. 3 trades of options throughout the whole year. It's a high percentage on it. Very good.
What's that book? I'm gonna write that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I want that book too.
Yeah,
it is called Rule One Investing by Phil Town. He also has another one called it's a predecessor to that one, but it's a really good book. I highly suggest it. I hate reading, by the way, and it's a gold mine.
You should read it to me. I'll pay you.
It's great to learn. It's great to learn strategies. I always wanted to get into day trading as a side hustle. Maybe I'll put up a couple of grand just to play around with it in the future. But yeah, it's great. It's also nice to have all these different strategies, and it's interesting that 5 of us have 5 different strategies in 5 different ways of fuck. You know what I mean? Definitely cool. Does anybody want to add anything? Like, you guys want to say some closing statements, Atlas?
Yeah, I believe it's me that's going to be hosting next week. So if you guys are wondering where the next roundtable will be, it's going to be over on my channel. I believe I'm correct on that, right? Generation Crypto?
Yeah, that should be correct.
Yeah, so I want to thank you, Adam, for hosting this week and allowing me to be a part of this as usual. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And let's see what kind of crazy or hopefully good stuff, I meant like crazy good stuff, comes over the course of the next week that we can talk about for next roundtable. So thank you.
Tim.
I just want to throw this out there. Are we getting an upgrade to our Discord? Is there something that Generation Crypto is going to be doing to our Discord channel?
Yes.
Did you want to bring that up? Because I thought we were going to
do it on my outro.
Okay. So I was trying to push the cart before the horse.
Yeah, so. I know people had questions about it. I know a couple of people. So I was just leaving it up for Generation Crypto to close us out with that.
Well, anyway, thank you guys so much for having me on the show, Adam. I love you. I love all you guys. You're great to hang out with. You're a wealth of knowledge, and I want to thank you for allowing me to be a part of this.
Shout out. Thank you so much. RJ, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, thanks so much. Sorry I was late. Obviously you guys can see that I'm still having weird technical issues. People were noticing like my lenses were going in and out earlier. But appreciate you having me, Adam. Good job. I love talking with you guys all the time. I love hanging out with you guys because you guys are a wealth of knowledge, man. I love learning from other people. I love learning other strategies from other people as well. Great group of guys. So thank you so much.
Yeah, 100%. Thank you so much for coming. We appreciate you. It's hard to get away from the set with that beautiful face. Generation, we love RJ, bro. Love him so much. Generation Crypto, take it home, buddy.
Perfect. Okay, so I'll touch on the Discord first. Yes, we're making some major changes to the Discord server. Mostly, it's going to be cleaning out the server. So there's a lot of channels we've recognized that either can be combined together or straight up deleted. So we will be simplifying the Discord in a lot of ways. And we're also going to be talking about ways that we can make it more user-friendly and engaging. So one of the things that we may potentially be implementing is things like watch the prices being included in specific channels so that you can see the price live on the right-hand side. Also talking about doing things like stages so that people can have regularly scheduled events. So I will be releasing a Google form soon, where if you or someone you know would like to hold a space, kind of like a Twitter space, that can be scheduled on a weekly basis in the Discord on a server, I will release a form that you can go ahead and fill that information out so we can get the time slots all figured out. There's no prerequisites. If you're just passionate about the project and you're going to be a positive impact in the community, you're not going to sit there and just cause a bunch of drama, then you'll be welcome to be on the stage. So if that's something that appeases you or something that you would like to see happen, whether you're a developer of a project or just a rando that's a favorite of the project, you can sign up for it. It doesn't matter who you are. And we will be adding other projects to the server, potentially removing some, and might even be doing it themed. So we collectively haven't come to a decision on whether we're just going to do themes or whether we're going to add specific projects in, but there'll be a lot of changes happening on the Discord, trying to get more user engagement on it. So look for those changes over the next couple of weeks. Outside of the Discord, this Saturday, I will be hosting what we're calling the DeFi Direct. So it will be hosted by myself on my channel. And the cool part about that is it's going to be with myself. It's going to be with SafeMoon. It's going to, and their dev team. It's going to be with Glow Token, Enhance, Affinity, and ShillX. That'll be on Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern. If you guys want to join in for that.
Who from those teams?
It is quite a group. So I will get back to you on that, on the specifics who those people are going to be.
That's pretty sweet.
Sounds stacked.
So that'll be 6 p.m. April 9th, Eastern Standard Time. So that's all I have to say.
And that's dope. Good for you. I'm glad. I'm so glad for you. Shout out to Joshua. Iceberg is a beast. Yo, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you very much for the big donation. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much. Yeah, I just wanted to thank all of you guys for coming out, rocking out, talking. I really do appreciate it. I'm glad that we can talk about a wider array of different type of topics. It's really cool. I'm glad we were able to talk a little bit about SafeMoon. I know a lot of people want to hear about that. We're trying to, talk about different things. So I'm glad that we could do that. yeah, man, thank you so much. Thank you guys all for coming out, all the people in the audience and the attendance. We got like cool 30,000 people in here tonight, so appreciate that. Have a great have a great one, guys. We're out of here. Thank you very much. Peace. We'll see you next week on Atlas's channel. And shout out to the Wolf Pack one more time. Ow!
Time of fists.
Oh.